and welcome to my East Anglia Yarn Festival haul video. This isn't just any haul where I just show you a nice pretty skein of yarn. I will also be giving you inspiration as to what I'm creating with these skeins of yarn. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around, like and subscribe if you want, and let's get on into the video. So where do I start? So I will start with what I purchased from the bargain bins. Now, when I went last year, I bought quite a few from the bargain bins, I will admit. This year, I went with a list in mind. Hang on, I'll show you actually. So I went with a list, which I did show on the East Anglia Yarn Festival vlog, which is uploaded now if you want to go check that out. I have managed to tick off quite a few on my list. So I'm quite pleased with that. And same here as well. I've crossed out most of what's on this list. So hence why I've got a lot. And I also went with this list. So it's just a printed version with visuals. So I can see, you know, what the patterns look like. And then I can allocate skeins of yarn to that project. So as I said, I have ticked off a few of these items. So as I said, I will start with the bargain bin buys. So the first one I purchased was from the Little Grey Girl. It's in this really nice sort of dusky pink, and I quite like that, to be honest. I could potentially use that in a project. So this is in the colourway Avenel. Because it was in the bargain bin, I'm not sure if this is colourway she's doing anymore, but if she is, that might just be not quite up to standard. I think that's the reason why they put skeins of yarn in the bargain bin, I'm not sure, but this is High Twist DK and it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Okay, I haven't got any skeins of yarn in that sort of mix before. It's normally 75% superwash and then 25% nylon. So per 100 grams, you get 243 meters. Yeah, I really like this colour and it will go in a project. I just need to find another skein of yarn to go with it. So yeah, I just really like that colour. So that's why I purchased it. Next from a bargain bin was this skein of yarn from Yarn Unique. So yeah, I couldn't resist this colour. I mean, look at it. It's really, really nice. And it's almost got like a satin sheen to it. So it is, well, it's Silky Sock. So this is in the colourway Violet Bliss. And it's Silky Sock 4-ply, 50% superwash merino and 50% silk. So that's why it feels really, really nice. In fact, the skein of yarn that I'm using at the moment for the jack scarf is in this same blend, you know, 50% merino, 50% silk. So yeah, I just really like that. It's obviously loads better than 100% merino and it feels a lot softer. So per 100 grams, you get 400 meters. And again, I picked it up because I liked it and because it was a bargain. I want to say this was 12 or 15 pounds. And yeah, that's an absolute bargain if you ask me. Another item I got from the bargain bin was this one. This is from Jo Knits Sew and I just really like the colours. I thought that could potentially go into like a one skein project. So this is 4-ply yarn and it is, so it's a generic sock makeup, which is, you know, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. You get 425 meters per 100 grams. And yeah, if I show you that up close, you've just got greys, creams, and then the odd sort of yellows, blues. I think there's a green. Yeah, there's green in there as well. So yeah, I just really liked it. Again, saved from the bargain bin. And then the next skein of yarn picked out from a bargain bin was this colourway. Gorgeous. So this is by Hannah of Corner of Craft, or also Chromatic Yarns. And yeah, isn't that lovely? I mean, it's the sparkles that does it really. So this is in the colourway Jojamart, and it's labelled as seconds. So, you know, maybe it wasn't up to standard to go in a normal batch. And it's on the sparkle sock base. So 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And then you've got 5% lurex. So lurex is similar to stellina, although lurex is like a metallic base. So I believe what Hannah told me was you can't put this in the microwave because some yarn dyers do use a microwave to do their yarn dyeing. So per 100 grams you get 400 meters. So again, that can be a 1 skein 4-ply project, which I do have quite a few, so it will get used eventually. I'm a slow knitter and I've got a lot of knitting patterns to get through. So they were my bargain bin buys. So the next thing I want to show you isn't from a bargain bin, but it is like a cheaper skein of yarn. So this is the one that I picked up from Henny Penny Makes. And I don't know if you can see that, but it does have a sparkle to it. So yeah, it's got silver sparkles running through it. It's a cream base, so nice neutral colour. And yes, 4-ply fingering weight yarn and generic sock makeup again. The sparkles is Stellina in this one. So you get approximately 400 meters per 100 grams. And again, I think that is quite generic for 4-ply. But yeah, I just really liked it. I thought that could be a nice neutral to go with something. And that one was only £11. So I thought that was a bargain. So next I will show you single skeins of yarn that I purchased. This one here is from Craft House Magic, my friend Ellie. I was just stopping by at her stall and I just kept looking at this skein of yarn because it was gorgeous. Look at it. It's got the sparkles, which I have been drawn to this weekend, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's just a really nice sort of semi-solid dark blue with sparkles. I mean, it's just a bit of me, isn't it? So the colourway is Rhythm of the Night, and it's a 4-ply yarn. So 400 meters and 100 grams, and it's a generic sock makeup. 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and then 5% stellina. Which is the sparkles. So yeah, absolutely loved this, and it will go with something else, I could imagine. Oh, actually, hang on. They go quite well together. They've both got sparkles in them, and they're both 4-ply, so a bit of a monochrome sort of look, although this isn't black, and this isn't white. But yeah, I think they might look good together. Who knows? I've got the option there. And then the next single skein of yarn I bought was this one from Cool Willings. This was on my list. I just saw it on Instagram when she posted and I had to have it. I mean, look at it. It's just black with pops of colour. And again, this is a 4-ply yarn. It's in the colourway Lunar Confetti, and it's, okay, 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon, so a little bit of a different makeup for like a sock yarn, and 400 meters per 100 grams. But yeah, I just really like these pops of neon. I don't have anything like that in my stash, and again, this could be for a 1 skein project that requires 4-ply. Yeah, maybe a little scarf, cowl, who knows. But yeah, I've got the option to use it for any project that takes my fancy, really. And then the next lonely skein of yarn is this. I mean, how gorgeous is that? This is from, I mean, do I need to say? We probably all know here. James Makes Yarn. So he does the most lovely sort of pink colours, pastels, bright colours. And yeah, this is definitely a really nice one. It was a little bit hard to choose, but this is for a particular project. So I'll just tell you about the colour first of all. It's in the colourway Raspberry Macaron, and it's 100% superwash merino. So it's a DK yarn, so 225 meters per 100 grams in this one. I haven't really got much DK this weekend, if I'm honest, but this is for a particular project. So if I just explain and maybe move to the side so I can put a picture in. So I purchased this skein of yarn to use as the colour work along the yoke for the Forestland sweater. Now, I'm probably not going to make that anytime soon because as a beginner knitter, I haven't done any colour work as of yet. I've got this skein of yarn to put with that project. So my thinking with the DK yarn for the main colour was to go on to Wool Warehouse eventually, not anytime soon, but I will go on to there and get the main colour, because Yarn Smiths does DK Merino, and it's a lot cheaper than buying hand dyed yarn, because I would want the main colour to be like a solid colour. And if you ask me, I don't think there's going to be much difference between the solid colour of like a commercial yarn to a hand dyed yarn in just one colour. So it would be a lot cheaper to go on Wool Warehouse to get it, because I just want it to be one solid colour. So yeah, that is going to be used in the collar work. And then the last lonely skein of yarn I purchased was this one. So this is from Blue Fern Yarns, Shannon, and this is called After Dark. So this is on the Luxe 4-ply base. So what is that? That is 70% superwash merino and 20% silk. And 10% cashmere. That's 400 meters per 100 grams. And the reason I purchased this was to go with something else. So when I was at the Big Stitch Night, I won a raffle prize, and as a result that kind of put something else on my list. So yeah, I will show you. So first of all, this is from the company Chroma Nema, and they specialise in 100% cashmere yarn. So yeah, here I have 24 10-gram minis, and yeah, it's just in a lovely rainbow fade. I can't show you that well here, but I'll put a picture up here like I did before on the East Anglian Yarn Festival video. So yeah, out of all these skeins of yarn, I get 250 grams, and that comes to 950 meters. So my thinking with all of these was to put this one with it as like an in-between colour to do the Stephen West painting honeycombs shawl. So I looked up the pattern. I will be doing the large honeycomb one eventually. I'm not going to get this done in a day, not even a year probably. So yeah, I purchased this to go with this bundle, and it will make that project eventually. And then next what I purchased was a sock set from Craft House Magic. I purchased these two separately. So I have this lovely pink, it's just called pink. And it is a 4-ply yarn, so 400 meters per 100 grams, and it is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon and 5% stellina, because I don't know if you can see, there is sparkle in there. So yeah, lovely colour. I really like that. I believe Ellie's made a jumper out of this, or a top. Is it called the Love Note, I think? But yeah, it's a really, really nice pink, and I'm going to make some socks with this. And to go with that, I purchased a 20-gram mini in 4-ply. It doesn't say a colour, but I don't need to tell you the colour. It's a navy blue with sparkles. But I bought this to like maybe do the toes, heel, cuff maybe. I've never made socks before, but hopefully that's enough to use for that. But yeah, that will be a pair of socks when I eventually learn how to make socks. And the next project that I purchased was this skein of yarn from Knotted by Niche, and yeah, this is for a hat. So it is a super chunky yarn. This is 150 grams, and you get approximately 90 meters out of this one skein. So this is 100% superwash merino. It's very nice and squishy. This is in the colourway Cavern. So yeah, if you can see here, you have blacks, pinks, purples, teals and creams. And yeah, I'm really excited to work that up actually, to see how the colours turn out. This probably won't be a project until nearer to the winter, because we're basically getting to spring now, but it's in my stash, ready for when I want to make a hat. In fact, I could make a hat at any point. It doesn't have to be cold, it just means that I won't wear it for a while. And to go with that skein of yarn, I went to the Crafty Bird, obviously, and I picked up this pom-pom. So if I show you, they kind of go well together. This is like a black pom-pom with sort of like teal ends. I don't know, but it just really looked really good together. So what I did is when I went to the Crafty Bird stall, I had already purchased this. I took this out of my bag and basically just picked up some pom-poms and put it to the yarn. And this one here went quite nicely. So yeah, that will make a hat. I was speaking to Nish and she said one skein of this will make a hat. I remember making a hat for my twin sister in like super chunky wool, and it took quite a lot of yarn. She did also agree that crochet is very yarn hungry, whereas knitting, not so much. I think that's the reason why I've got more knitting projects on my list. The yarn will go much further. So yeah, this will be a hat. So next, I think we should talk about t-shirts. So the first t-shirt amount of yarn I purchased were these two. So it's in this really nice light blue, variegated, speckled. Yeah, it's just lovely. So I purchased 2 skeins because I have a few t-shirts on my list that require 2 skeins. I don't know which t-shirt it's going to go with, but I have a list of maybe 3 t-shirts that I could make. And I've got 3 t-shirts worth of yarn here, so I could make every single one. So I'll talk about the yarn. This is from Hannah of Corner of Craft, Chromatic Yarns, and this is in the colourway Dancing Lights. So this is on the merino sock base. So it is 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon. So yeah, it's really, really nice. I can see myself wearing a t-shirt in this colour for the summer. I think that would be really nice. So yeah, it's again 400 meters per 100 grams. So I purchased 2 of those. I will talk about the t-shirts. I'll move over to this side. So the contenders that we have is either the Tolster Tee by Rebecca Clow. So that is on my list, and I think that requires, hang on. So the Tolster Tee, yeah, I've written down 2 lots of 4-ply. It's just a very simple raglan sort of construction t-shirt really. So I thought I could have a go at that as a beginner knitter. The next t-shirt on my list to make is the Surrey shirt. This is by Kadri, and again, it looks like a very simple t-shirt to make. So on my list that says 2.27 skeins of 4-ply. So with that one, I could potentially use like a mini skein to do like the armbands, the hem, collar. I'll see as I go along. And then another t-shirt that only requires 2 skeins of 4-ply is the Didgeridoo tee, and that is by Devin Ventra. I apologise if I'm saying that wrong. Anyway, they are 3 contenders of t-shirts that I'd like to make. And as I said, this will be for one of those t-shirts. And then another t-shirt quantity are these. So a little bit different for me. It is kind of purple, but it's more like a aubergine. Yeah, it depends how the light catches it, if I'm honest. But these are from Pigment and Ply. So I'll just show you one because they're both the same. So this is what the colour looks like. So yeah, as I said, it's like an aubergine sort of colour with, it's actually got gold sparkle running through there. Really nice. And again, I thought that would make a really nice t-shirt. So I picked 2 skeins of that up. So this is in the colourway Made Me Your Own. And again, it's in a generic sock makeup of 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon and 5% stellina. So yeah, it's a sock yarn / fingering weight. It's all the same terminology, and it's 400 meters per 100 grams. Yeah, I just saw that and I thought that looked really nice. So another 2 skeins for another t-shirt. And then my last t-shirt quantity I purchased from the Wool Kitchen. So I will show you one again because they are both the same. But yeah, this is just a really, really nice blue. It's slightly like semi-solid. It's not a total solid blue, which I quite like. But yeah, it's just really nice and it's very soft. So this is 50% merino and 50% silk. That's why it feels really nice and soft. So yeah, I think that would make a really nice t-shirt for the summer, just because of how it feels. And I can imagine it being quite drapey as well. So again, you get 400 meters per 100 grams, and yeah, 4-ply fingering weight yarn. Oh, I forgot to mention the colourway. It's in the colourway Cosmic Blue. So another 2 skeins for a t-shirt. Okay, so we're moving on to long sleeve tops. So the first long sleeve top quantity I purchased were these. And this is from Felt Fusion. And yeah, aren't they lovely? Let me show you one, because again, they're all the same. And yeah, again, I've gone for like a purpley colour. This is like a semi-solid variegated purple. I know I got another purple for a t-shirt, but this is going to be a long sleeve t-shirt. So yeah, completely different in my eyes. This has sparkles, which I had said that I had been drawn to this weekend. So it's by Felt Fusion, and this is in the colourway Void, and the fibre content is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon and 5% stellina. So yeah, it's a 4-ply yarn, 400 meters per 100 grams. So I purchased 3 to make a long sleeve top. Again, I will move over to the side so I can insert some pictures. So the long sleeve tops on my list were either the Tolster tee, being long sleeve. So I already mentioned the Tolster tee for the t-shirt version, but you can make a long sleeve version as well. So I purchased 3 skeins for a Tolster tee, or it could be a cozy classic raglan light, or I think it's called Cozy Classic Light, but it's a raglan long sleeve top basically. It's a very sort of beginner friendly looking pattern. So yeah, they are the 2 long sleeve tops that I have on my list, and they both require 4-ply yarn. So I purchased 3 of those to make a long sleeved 4-ply top. And because I had 2 long sleeve tops on my list, I wanted to get 2 like different colours. So I could potentially make the Cozy Classic Light out of the purple that I just showed you. And then I could make the Tolster tee long sleeve version in this colourway, which I'll show you now. So I purchased 3 skeins of really nice dark navy blue from the Little Grey Girl. And she was really helpful helping me choose colourways and that sort of thing. So I had originally seen this really nice purple, but there just wasn't enough to make a sweater's worth. I think I was just a bit too impatient to wait for the yarn to be dyed. Anyway, I chose a different pattern to buy yarn for from her stall, and I purchased this colour. So this is basically like a solid, is it semi-solid? Yeah, almost. It's not totally solid, but it's as near to solid as you can get with a hand-dyed yarn, I could imagine. This is in the colourway Raphael. It's on her high twist sock base. So that's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And oh, you get 425 meters per 100 grams with this one. It's a bit more than the others, really. Not complaining. But yeah, I just really like this colour, and try not to crinkle it, I'm sorry. So I purchased this fade. So it's a pack of 6 20-gram minis, and the fade is in the colourway Medina. It's labelled as the Medina Gradient Set, and again it's on the high twist sock base, 4-ply. So I believe per 20 grams you get 85 meters. So I purchased this to go with this. So my idea was that I'd make a long sleeve top out of this, and then round the cuffs I would use this fade to make a striped effect. So where you see the cuff here, I would probably start here and use the gradient set to go up to, you know, the end of the sleeve. And I thought that would look quite different and a little bit better than an all over colour top. So yeah, these were my purchases for a long sleeve top from the Little Grey Girl. And now let's talk jumpers. So I went along to along avec Anna. I already knew that I wanted to make the Trescow jumper. I'll move aside and just insert a picture here. It's a really nice jumper with like eyelet details along like the raglan increase, and I got to see it in person. When I got there, I was able to feel the samples and feel how the different fibres like felt together. And I originally went there thinking that I would need 9 balls of double merino. Bear in mind they're only 50 grams each. But when I felt a sample made with merino and mohair, well, I did ask Anna how many balls would I need to make this sort of combination, to make this fabric. Yeah, she helped me pick the amount of balls that I would need. And because it's naturally a cropped jumper, I did say to her that I would make it a little bit longer for me. So she helped me choose what I needed, and we went with 5 balls of the 4-ply merino and then 4 balls of the silk mohair. So yeah, I'll show you this one first. So this is a 50-gram ball. So it's a nice little dinky ball there, and it's just 100% merino, and it's in 4-ply, 100% superwash merino, and it is 200 meters per 50 grams. So it's in the colorway royal. So basically royal blue. It's just a really nice blue, isn't it? And then I purchased 5 balls of the silk mohair. So it's in the same colorway, royal, and you get, so it's 72% fine kid mohair and 28% mulberry silk, and you get 210 meters per 25 grams. So okay, this is only 25 grams. I guess, yeah, it's light, isn't it? So anyway, I got a sweater's quantity of the merino and the mohair to hold together to make the Trescow jumper. And the last sweater's quantity that I purchased was from Shannon from Blue Fern Yarns, and I purchased these. So again, 2 different types of yarn. Never held 2 yarns together. First time for everything, I guess. So I will show you this one first. So I purchased 2 of these, and yeah, I just really love this colour, and it's really, really shimmery, which is lovely. So this is in the colourway ink. It's on the shimmer 4-ply base, and it is 50% superwash merino and 50% silk. So again, absolutely gorgeous. It's so soft, and you get 400 meters per 100 grams. And I will be holding that along with this yarn. Again, it's in the same colorway ink, but this is Surrey silk lace, and that's made up of 74% baby Surrey alpaca and 26% silk. So this is 50 grams, and per 50 grams you get 300 meters. So I'll move over to this side because I will put in a picture here. So these will become a lento sweater. I do like the look of the lento sweater, and it looks like a really easy one to make. I haven't made it yet, or even attempted to make it yet, but I've heard good things that it's maybe a good beginner pattern. Yeah, I'll be holding these together to make that jumper. So they were all the yarn purchases and plans with those purchases. I did buy a few other things which weren't yarn related, but it's related to knitting or crochet, I guess. So I bought a project bag from the Little Grey Girl. I picked this one up because look at the fabric. I really like that. And yeah, it's a nice size. Was it the large or the medium? I'm not sure, but it's a drawstring close. I feel you could get quite a few balls of yarn in here for a project. And you've got a nice little handle to carry it around with you. In fact, you could probably knit on the go if your yarn ball's in the bag. But yeah, I just really like the fabric on this one, and the size I think would be good for like a larger type project, you know, like if I was to start one of these t-shirts, 2 skeins of yarn could quite happily live in here. And then last but not least is this purchase. So this was definitely on my list to buy. So it's a hand beaded stitch marker by Hannah of the Corner of Craft. And yeah, just really, really nice. Okay, I think we're there. They were all my purchases from the East Anglia Yarn Festival. I haven't even gone through my podcaster pack, but I did get quite a few nice things in there, and I really appreciate that from the vendors who kindly gifted them to us. So that was my East Anglian Yarn Festival haul. If you're interested in going next year, they have put the dates on the back. So next year it's going to be the 21st and 22nd of March. So put the date in your diaries because I know I will be putting it in mine. So I think I'll round it off there. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. If you did, please give me a rainbow emoji and a yarn ball. If you like this sort of content and you haven't already, please like and subscribe. That really does help my channel. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.